Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite decks that I've created in the format. I took inspiration from seeing Barrett Bryant and Tamara Cardwell play on Tam's channel. I took some inspiration from that and extrapolated. So let's get into Armin on order. I don't know if I actually play any. I don't think I play any life cards. Except for Curiosity of Armin Arlert. That's the only one. And then Vertical Maneuvering Equipment are the attuned cards that we play. So Armin, he's a 629. He's a little light on the health in the Attack on Titan set, but he has some really cool enhances. If there's an attack in your card pool, you get to look at the top card of your deck. Once per turn, add one foundation from your hand to your stage, from your stage to your hand. Build the top card of your deck. So it's really cool because it could be a face up or a face down. It doesn't have to be ready or committed. It could be either or, and you just pick it up and free build. There's some really cool interactions in this deck to where you can profit off of it. So let's go ahead and sort by difficulty like always, and we'll get right into the deck. 4 copies of Vile Seizing. It's still one of the best cards in the format. It's a Breaker 1 high block. It gets you damage. It gets you card draw. That Deadlock Enhance is still backbreaking. And then 4 copies of my favorite attack from Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament, Shards of Winter. It's a 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid for 5 with a +2 mid block, but that 1 is very deceiving. It has an enhance. This attack gets +X speed. X equals the number of committed rival foundations. So it has stun 1, so it's already a +1 speed, but like you play this like after like a patchwork baby or a lightning rod or itself, like it can get pretty fast. So once you're able to get it super fast, you can stack some good damage on it, and it has an enhance that if it deals damage, draw a card. We love our 4 diff cantrips. 3 copies of Lightning Rod. This is the real cool combo piece in the deck. It's a 4 difficulty, 2 check, 4 high for 4, +2 high block. Response: after you play this card's deflect ability, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So you deflect, you get momentum, and then you can keep peeking the entire time at your top of your deck, every enhanced step after if your opponent keeps attacking you. So you know what you're going to check, you know what you're going to draw, you know what you're going to build with him, and vice versa. The enhance, build the top 2 cards of your deck face down at the start of your end phase, remove them. So what we do is we play this, we build the 2 down. If there's an attack, we lift it with Armin and build the top card. That card's going to stay because it's a brand new card. So we profit build off of this. It's very cool. It's one of my favorite interactions in the deck. We got 3 copies of Ice Sword Execution. We get to name a foundation, commit all copies. Discard 1 momentum, 5 damage, and freeze. It basically says powerful 5 once. The deck needs some board control. It doesn't overload people with stun, so this actually gives you some board control and some nice late game damage. Patchwork Baby comes in at a 3x. It has powerful EX3, powerful 3, stun 2. It starts out very tiny, but it gets super huge. If you play it like maybe it's best as your 3rd attack, or even your 2nd, just because you can load up on some keywords. And then to no one's surprise, we're playing Order. We got Walk the Dog in the deck. This card needs no explanation. It's just probably pound for pound the best card in the format right now. Assets, we play an Idun box, a Dr. Chigaki, and a Vertical Maneuvering Equipment. We don't have any way to manipulate stats on face, so we're going to have to find a way to manipulate stats elsewhere. This kind of gives us a momentum use for some speed pump or debuff and a zone change, which is kind of nice. We are Order, so we are playing Showdown. After we block with this card, we get to commit 2 of our rival foundations. Awesome. Also, we don't like City Rampage. No. We hate City Rampage. This stops City Rampage. I mean, it's a very costly stop City Rampage, but that usually means you're probably going to live. Into the foundations, we got 4 copies of You're Finished, 2 copies of Saving Bakugo, and 4 copies of Botan's Co-Chain. We need more card draw. You're Finished can be card draw if you can set up your discards out of your momentum, or the way you can somehow we can destroy foundations that say we have an attack, we destroy it, it lays on top, and we can draw a card that way. And we know we're going to draw because we're going to peek all the time on every attack. We get to peek and see what we're checking or drawing, which is really cool. We like defense, 4 copies of Ice Gliding. And in a pinch, if our rival's overcommitted, we could use this for +1 to +1 to +1. Single copy or Fruit of Our Labors allows us to discard cards from our card pool defensively, or if they go into deadlock, we make them build a card. Order still struggles with having a good 1-diff that destroys foundations. This is the best we have at the 1-diff slot. It has a 2 low block, which is not terrible. People like to breaker block with attacks, or block with attacks, because usually those are the cards that are left in their hand, so we're able to draw cards offensively this way. 2 copies of Shinobi Prodigy. This could change into like another Idlework and another Season Brawler or another Fruit of Our Labors. Flip, after our rival's attack deals no damage, it gives us -3 speed to the next attack, which is really nice. 2 copies of Curiosity of Armin and Arlert. It's a 1/4 unique, +3 mid block. If you have 9 or more foundations, we get a speed. Cool, but we really like this enhance. Order enhance. Rival's turn, commit, draw a card. Super sick. So if we need a card in hand, we got one. 2 copies of Can't Escape Me. We hate when people draw cards. We got a Citywide Crisis, which is more draw hate due to on our turn. So if they're doing defensive draw, we get to make them stuff their card pool. 3 copies of Elasticity, Stun Hate, which gets us momentum, which does other effects in our deck. And then also, if we block, we can give -3 or +3 damage. 2 Incompatible Quirks. This is the best get out of deadlock card that we have. Yeah, it removes a foundation, but it's repeatable. It's not a once per turn. It's a repeatable ready, which is fantastic. 1 copy of Hacker Extraordinaire. We hate assets. We also like to draw. We also have what is a symbol? We have some DR in the deck. This adds to it. Also gives us a little bit of a damage pump. Juice Box Hero, it basically says powerful X, which is equal to the keywords for spending a momentum. Also, if our rival is at 8 or more foundations and we peek the top card of our deck and we like it, boom, it's in our hand. 2 copies of Time for Rest. This is one of my favorite cards to kind of abuse with Armin. So at the start of the combat phase, we flip and name a keyword. And then the combat phase begins. Attacks with the named keyword get -2 speed, so it's a perpetual -2 speed buff. Issue is, a lot of the Attack on Titan cards have keywords spread all over the place. It's not like a big tribal package like they used to be previous. So this is going to be one of those weird things where we're going to have to call our shot sometimes. But cool thing with Armin is that we can call it, lift it, and then replay it on our next turn. And then maybe one of the most important cards in the deck is Trying to Reach Aaron. It's a 2/4, 3 low block. First form, we can look at the top card of our deck. That's cool. That's no biggie. The real power is enhance, commit, name a card type, reveal it. We get to add it to our hand if it matches. So with Armin, we get to peek all the time, and then we know what we're gonna call it and get it into our hand. We got 2 copies of Icy Blade. We need some damage. It's the best way to get some damage, and outside of the powerfuls and the other abilities in the deck. And then flip, it just says no committal. No to showdown, no to stun, stuff like that. In our sideboard, we got 2 copies of Genkai's Guidance, still one of the best actions in the game. Again, we hate City Rampage. We hate it. Yes, we're teching against all City Rampage. We got Detailing the Plan for Throw Hate, which is really cool because it also draws us a card, so we know we're going to check and then we blind draw, which is okay, I guess. We got 2 copies of Fighting for Control. We side these in with the Genkai's Guidance and the Eyes of the Tiger for any City Rampage decks. So we just tell them no. We're going to tell them you're going to have to play fair. And then we got 2 copies of the new #1. I don't want to load the deck in with a bunch of 3 diffs. That's why these are on the board, and they're easy to swap out with Icy Blades. So because with Armin, the cool thing with Armin is if we need a block and we have it in our stage, we just pick it in our hand, and then we build the top card face down. So it makes it, he's able to really maximize his stage in ways some characters, like a la Kirishima 1, Kirishima 2, got to. But they got to abuse it. He's more fair, but I still think he's very good just because he gets to look at the top card of his deck offensively and defensively if you block with an attack or if you deflect with like a lightning rod. So that's the deck, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. And until then, take care.